Hi guys, just wanted to make a quick video to introduce you to Nutmeg's new buckling. A little bit after 5 a.m. on Friday, I started hearing sounds of a little newborn baby, so I made my way out to the barn. So when I came out, Nutmeg had already had her buckling, and he was pretty much dried off. She did a really great job cleaning him up, getting him up and going. I did, however, continue to dry him with a towel, and then I also had a blow dryer on him. It was really chilly that morning. I think it was less than 10 degrees. So if you remember me talking about Nutmeg before she had her kid, she was actually 5 days overdue with him, and she's an experienced mom, so I wasn't terribly worried about her. However, with it being so cold, I just didn't want the baby to freeze. In April, Nutmeg will be 7 years old. She's had kids every year starting at 2 years, so again, very experienced. She wasn't really super big this year, so I was expecting either a large single kid or a set of twins. Last year, she also had a single buckling, so I'm a little disappointed that I'm only been getting bucks from her. However, both mama and baby are doing good. They're really spunky, so I can't really complain. So when we have babies born in January, when it's really cold like this, the main thing is to get them completely dry and then to get them warm enough to eat. You never want to feed a cold kid, so a lot of times I'll just pop my finger into their mouth to make sure that their mouth also feels really nice and warm. If you are unsure of whether your kid's too cold, you can also just take their temperature. Normal goat temperature is about 102.7. It can range a little bit up and down, but not drastically. So to keep this little guy warm and to get him up to an optimal temperature for eating, I did put a heating pad here. It's one that's meant for like dogs or pets outside, and I found that it works really well to keep kids warm. They enjoy laying on it. They also have space if they are too warm. If they don't want to lay on it, they can remove themselves. We did have Chia's triplets right next to Nutmeg, so they were in the spot where we normally hang the heat lamp, so I did have to put a new nail in to hang another heat lamp for this kid. I found that with the heating pad and the heat lamp, even when it's really cold, they stay nice and toasty. They're active, they're up, they're eating. Now this guy is pretty tall, and every time I pushed him up against her to kind of nurse, he started resisting and he didn't have a super strong sucking reflex. I did end up giving him a shot of Selenium and some B vitamins, which is something that I do for all my kids. I also spray their umbilical cords with iodine. So I ended up going inside and getting a bottle and a nipple and just bottle fed him some colostrum just to make sure that he did receive colostrum. So as you can see, he's kind of up under there. He did drink from the bottle a little bit. He's kind of nosing around, trying to find where to eat. So I was worried that since I wasn't there right away after he was born, that maybe he had gotten a little chilled. So I decided to go ahead and wrap him up and just continue to blow dry him. Now for Nutmeg, she is really a pro at this. I did give her some warm molasses water. She didn't really need much else. Like I said, she knows what she's doing. She's very, very hardy. We rarely have problems with Nutmeg, so she's really an easy keeper. So you can see the buckling is enjoying the heating pad, and look at the long legs on him. He is extremely leggy. He's almost solid black. He's just got a little bit of white on his poll. His dad is Maverick, which is a gold buck, so I believe that they both have to carry a recessive black in order to have a black kid like this. He's cute, he's spunky. I can't get over how long those legs are on this kid. So here I am blow drying him a little bit more, just trying to make sure that he is warm and toasty before I go back inside. Sometimes that can kind of be a long process. What I have found to help is to put like a towel or a blanket up over the kid, and then you're kind of creating like a nice warm tent when you blow the hairdryer up under. So that's kind of a way that I found to warm them up a little bit faster. So with Nutmeg, usually in the past, she has not gone over so many days past her due date. A couple years she has had her kids exactly on her due date. So I'm not really sure if there was a reason for her to have gone 5 days over. We have been in an extremely cold spell here. We've had a ton of deep snow. So I'm kind of curious on whether them not walking around or getting as much movement has kind of made them not go into labor as quickly as in years past. I'm not really sure why, but the extra 5 days of waiting was a little bit draining since I do check on them all throughout the night. On the night where it was really cold here, it was -5. I did sleep in the nursery with Nutmeg. And so every time I kind of popped my head out of the sleeping bag, she was pretty excited that I was still there. So surprisingly, I did sleep okay. It wasn't too cold. My feet were a little bit cold in the morning. So of course she ended up not having them that night. But the peace of mind of knowing that if she had had her kids, that they wouldn't have froze, did make it worth it. When they're born, they're really wet. They get chilled very, very easily. So you really do have to be there to dry them and to warm them up when you are kidding in these really cold temperatures. So we didn't breed a lot of kids for January. It is more, though, than we have had in the past. So you can see here, he's wagging his little tail. He's really enjoyed me blow drying him, getting him all warm and toasty. Nutmeg's helping out, continuing to lick him a little bit. I did put a sweater on him. I ordered these little custom sweaters on Etsy and have used them over multiple years now. They hold up really well. I always wash them in between kids. And I've also found that it kind of covers the umbilical area. Some of my does kind of fixate on that, and it really kind of drives me crazy because they constantly want to lick at it and clean it before it dries up. So having the sweater there kind of prevents them from being, too much with the umbilical. I don't want them to yank on it. So like I said before, Nutmeg's been a really great mom over the years. She just loves this little kid. So you can enjoy watching her as she checks him head to toe and as I continue to blow dry him. Thank you again for joining me as we looked at Nutmeg giving birth to her baby this year. I'll see you guys soon. Hope you have a great week. Bye.